We have now this Yuasa YTC 8 volts 7.4 ampere hour. This is a motorcycle battery, 12 volts. Let us measure this battery. If this is 12 volts, set to DC using this fluke tester and the positive and then the negative. .14 volts DC. So that is the voltage of our battery. We're going to use this battery for our project. This is our project. Adjustable LED flasher using one transistor with LED, capacitor, resistor, and potentiometer. Let us connect the power. So let us supply the voltage to our circuit. The negative to the negative and positive to the positive of the battery. Kill the light. Now we can see here a LED flasher, some sort of strobing LED. When we adjust the potentiometer, we can vary the flasher, make it faster or slower. By adjusting the potentiometer, we can vary the speed of the flasher. See here the behavior of the flashing is some sort of it is strobing. It is strobing. We now come to our circuit diagram. This is our circuit diagram. Figure 1, adjustable LED flasher using one transistor. So one transistor BC547, NPN type transistor connected this way. The base is not connected. No connection to the base. And then collector is grounded. Emitter is connected to the LED red. That is our output LED. And then we have this capacitor, electrolytic capacitor, 47 microfarad, 25 volts. Connected also is 1 kilo ohms resistor. And connected is the potentiometer 100K with turning knob. And then our supply is 12 volts. That is our battery. motorcycle battery. So what makes this LED to flash? Oh, how did this LED, why is it flashing? It is due to the charging and discharging of capacitor to the emitter of the transistor, and then it connects to the collector, to the ground, known as the Isaki oscillator effect, or the Isaki oscillation. Oh. So when we have the power and our wiper connected to one, or in this at the moment, the current flows into the resistor R1, then to the R2, causing this capacitor to charge. Remember that the wiper 2, that is the wiper. Let us see the potentiometer here. Pin number 2, the middle, is just into the pin 1, connected to pin 1, or it is in 7 o'clock position, starting point. So there is a big resistance, and the current flows into the R1, R2, and then charging this capacitor. Slow charging, there is a slow charging. After charging, discharging to the LED, and then the current now flows into the emitter of the transistor. Since base is not connected, it will now passing through the ground, known as the tunnel effect of this Isaki oscillation or oscillator effect. Because when we connect an emitter this way and then collector to the ground, there is a possibility of what we call a tunnel effect, or it will shorting this two junction, emitter to collector. So current flows from emitter to collector, known as Isaki effect or tunnel effect, or sometimes negative resistance effect. Or should I say, in the case of transistor, it is some sort of a reverse active mode of the transistor, connecting the positive to the emitter, then collector is grounded. So current flows into the resistor to resistor, charging this capacitor, then discharge. Since our fader, this fader is connected here, why if we're going to adjust that at the center, so it will now flow with a little resistance now. It is not 100k already, because half of this is 50k, and then flows the current to the 1k, then charging the capacitor. It will charge much faster, or much faster, and then discharge to the emitter, and now the current flows the emitter to the ground, causing this LED to blink because of the tunnel effect, or this negative resistance effect of this. It will just like a closed switch, emitter to collector, known as they call that avalanche effect, or the breaking the junction barrier. It will shorting this emitter to collector junction of the transistor. Charge, discharge depends on the adjustment of our knob. So you can play. So when the adjustment is somewhere here, it will now have a faster charging and discharging of the capacitor. Due to the charging and discharging, it will now blink the LED, or we will have this LED process flasher. charge, discharge, charge, discharge, charge, discharge. So it blinks, and the effect is just like a strobe light. Strobe. So we can see in the demo, it is strobing, just like strobing, because of the effect of shorting the two terminal emitter to collector of this transistor. So it oscillates, continues repeating itself, continuously repeating, so it oscillates. So they call that Isaki oscillator. Isaki oscillator. And the effect is some sort of a strobing LED flasher. It strobes due to the charging and discharging of capacitor. And this LED turns on briefly or short, long or short, or it will turn on flashing, depends on the variation or the adjustment of the potentiometer in our circuit. And it can only be power, or we can only use 12 volts or more, up to 14 volts. That is the requirements to break this barrier, or this call that breakdown voltage here. You need 12 volts or more, up to 14 volts to break it. They call that breakdown voltage, so that it will connect to the ground. Charging, discharging, charging, discharging, causing the LED to flash. So we have this LED flasher, and adjustable, because we have this potentiometer. This is now our module, and we're going to use this adjustable power supply so that we can check so at 12 volts we don't have yet the signal. How about 12.32? We have now the blinking. We can adjust the blinking by using this potentiometer. 12.32 volts. At 13 volts increases the blinking. 14 volts. So we have now this adjustable LED flasher.